The squally waters off the Florida Keys have accounted for many a vessel throughout our maritime history, but the tale of the Nuestra Señora de Atocha is one of the most vivid, encapsulating the drama and danger of the age of sail. The Nuestra Señora de Atocha was one of the most renowned Spanish treasure galleons of the 17th century. It was built to transport immense wealth from the New World back to the imperial heart of Spain, perhaps the world's first global superpower. But the Atocha met a tragic fate in 1622, becoming the centre of one of the most significant underwater treasure discoveries in history. In the early 17th century, Spain heavily relied on its colonies in the Americas for precious metals and other valuables. The Atocha, along with other ships in the fleet, carried a fortune in gold, silver, emeralds and various goods pilfered from the Spanish colonies, such as modern-day Mexico, Peru and Colombia. But on September 4th, 1622, the fleet, including the Atocha, encountered a powerful hurricane while navigating through the Florida Straits. The storm wreaked havoc, sinking several ships, including the Atocha. The Galleon struck a reef and broke apart, sending its precious cargo to Davy Jones's locker. The shipwreck lay at a depth that made recovery efforts at the time extremely hazardous, but salvage efforts were mounted nonetheless, and they were brutal. The Spanish authorities attempted to salvage the sunken treasure, a challenging and dangerous task that often relied on enslaved labour. These enslaved people worked underwater in extremely hazardous and exhausting conditions, risking their lives for riches they would never benefit from. Diving bells were employed to recover some of the treasure from the wreck of the Atocha. These bells were rudimentary compared to modern standards, but they allowed divers to descend to significant depths and remain underwater for longer periods. Divers would work under the bell to gather treasure from the sea floor and return to the surface. However, the forced efforts were hampered by several challenges, including storms, strong currents, and the sheer difficulty of locating the wreckage, which was spread out wide across the sea floor. Additionally, the use of diving bells was highly dangerous and physically demanding, with many divers facing significant risks. The effort to recover the Atocha's treasure was lengthy, and while some of the cargo was retrieved, much of the wealth was lost for centuries. The exact location of the Atocha remained a mystery for over 350 years, sparking intrigue and treasure hunting. It wasn't until the 20th century that Mel Fisher took on the challenge. Fisher and his team spent years in pursuit of the legendary shipwreck. Their persistence paid off in 1975 when they discovered a significant portion of the Atocha's treasure near to the Marquesas Keys, around 35 miles from Key West, Florida. The haul included over 40 tons of silver and gold, including 114,000 Spanish silver coins known as pieces of 8, gold coins and a dazzling array of emeralds, along with other artifacts. The estimated value of the recovered treasure was around $450 million at the time. The discovery not only unearthed great riches but also a wealth of historical knowledge, as it provided a glimpse into the trade and maritime practices of the Spanish Empire. The recovery of the Atocha's treasure had far-reaching implications. For historians and archaeologists, the artifacts offered invaluable insights into the economic and cultural exchanges between the Old and New Worlds during the early modern period. The coins and bullion bore the marks of various mints and provided data on the economic conditions and mining activities in the Spanish colonies. Nuestra Señora de Atocha remains a symbol of the vast riches and risks and exploitation associated with the age of exploration and colonization. Its story, from its sinking to the dramatic recovery of its treasure, is a classic of the genre, and part of the rich tapestry of Florida's history. But that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description, or via YouTube Super Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.